Hey, what's up, Pisces? I'm going a little bit off the cuff to try and shake things up. So in my pre-shuffling before I started the camera, the moon card is already emerging on the bottom of the deck for you. Very interesting. I am going to search for your core energy here, your ground, your root energy. And in the meantime, I will let you know that there are all the typical disclaimers for the tarot reading. I don't have to explain them all. I've said them before, and they're in the description box. High Priestess in reverse, disappointing lack of intuitive capacity, a lack of feminine capacity to intuit with their energy. This is disappointing. Their connection with higher power isn't as great as it should be. Definitely missing on some cylinders. Okay, Goddess, can we expand the Knight of Wands? Kind of in the upright fiery energy. Definitely a sign of taking action in the space of this lack of intuition. Maybe reckless behavior, but not exactly ill-intended. Okay, so we're also looking at Seven of Pentacles. So that's kind of interesting. That's a sign of taking a step back and looking at material effect. Once again, not exactly an intuitive capacity. It's more about just work ethic and work paying off. Four of Cups. Some kind of energy for a little bit, once again, a disresonance in feeling. So the feelings are a little off here, the intuition's a little off here, even though the action is sound and maybe the progress on the material front is sound. Can we please expand the Seven of Pentacles? Expand the Seven of Pentacles. Two of Wands reverse. We had this in the exact same position in the last reading. A slight lack of internal stability. Can we please clarify the... Wait, hold on. Let me shuffle real quick. Intuitive capacity would cause this disruption in internal stability. So this Two of Wands, reverse dominion capacity diminished. And the intuitive capacity diminished, which is diminishing the... It may be burning out the ability to achieve this material, so you're finding yourself burnt out on your work ethic because you are, in fact, lacking some internal stability. Lacking a lot of internal stability. So maybe you've had like a solid amount of effort, but now it's like kind of falling off a smidgen. So, fine, we'll try it the other way. Can we, okay, expand the Knight of Wands. I'm trying this new thing where I tell the cards what to do, or I tell them expand the Knight of Wands, and then sometimes it works. So, Queen of Wands, finally. Last two readings had her in the reverse. Now we have her in the upright. And the issue here is that she's looking away from this Knight of Wands. So these two aren't on the same page, even though they're both in the upright. And if they're not on the same page, then they're both not listening to higher power necessarily correctly, even though they're of decent quality individuals. So a little bit of intuitive capacity miffed on them both. Great Goddess, can we clarify the Knight of Wands? I was trying to come out a little bit. Temperance in reverse. Clarify the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands clarified by a Three of Pentacles in reverse. Even though the Knight of Wands is well-intentioned, and even though the Knight of Wands is capable of taking great action, the Knight of Wands, due to the fact that they're missing this intuitive capacity, they are missing the ability to actually succeed with other people. And we're seeing that with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands looking away from each other. Great Goddess, can we clarify the Queen of Wands? Clarify the Queen of Wands. I'm not sure to read that. How about expand the Queen of Wands? Expand the Queen of Wands. Yep, so I wouldn't be surprised if a third energy comes out here, but it doesn't have to be three people necessarily. The idea is that there's an inability to complete the intention of action. The Knight of Wands, even though the Knight of Wands is very quick to take action and they're even very hasty, just because they're taking that action, but it's not succeeding. And part of that is because their intuitive capacity is out of place. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, triple clarifier, so I'm going to try it again. Clarify the Seven of Pentacles. Clear sign for the Seven of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Not a sign that... So that's kind of weird because... Clarify the Two of Wands, please. What was that? Ten of Pentacles tried to come out in reverse. That's not cool. Eight of Wands. Clarify the Two of Wands. This is about two. This is a balancing act between two things. It doesn't have to be two things, but it is a balance between dual requirements, and whatever form that takes to a certain extent. Another sign of that exact same thing, basically. Yeah, and the Two of Wands is there. So, yeah, a lot of a huge call to. There's a lack of unity. It emerges in some places, but there's some kind of lack of unity here. Two of Swords on the bottom again. Expand the Two of Wands in reverse. It's two cards, I don't want this. Expand the Two of Wands in reverse with one clear sign, please. One clear sign for the Two of Wands, expanding the Two of Wands in reverse. Okay. Two of Wands reverse expanded by the moon. Your energy came out. Illusion. You may pop up here in this clarifier. Let's see. Clarify the moon. Okay, I'm going to shuffle. Strength card on the bottom of the deck. That would match those fire energies on the other side pretty good. That is your Pisces energy over there, that moon card. Unfortunately, you got it in the upright, which means that there is an illusion in the mix. And the High Priestess reverse insinuates the same thing. A very high lack of intuitive capacity. So even though these heavy action takers are capable of achieving to some degree in terms of material capability, maybe they aren't good in working as a team. There's disconnection. So I better actually ask what to clarify for. So clarify Queen of Wands. Not off the bottom. Can we get a clear clarifier for Queen of Wands? The Fool in reverse. The Queen's not interested in taking a certain type of action. She's not toxic necessarily, but she is definitely a very strange place for the Queen of Wands to be in because they are very action-oriented. They're very likely to be a fool in the upright. They're very likely, not in a bad capacity, in a capacity of having the enthusiasm to take action. So weird how this upright Queen of Wands is lacking enthusiasm to take action, but maybe what they're lacking is the enthusiasm to take action with this Knight of Wands. They're lacking enthusiasm because perhaps they're used to this Knight of Wands messing things up or something. I'm actually not sure. Can we expand the Queen of Wands? Okay. Queen of Wands expanded by the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Dang, so that's very strange. A very strange energy for a Queen of Wands. An upright Queen of Wands is typically secure. Definitely she's missing something. There's something she's missing here, and she's not it's not hard to believe since this Knight of Wands and this Queen of Wands aren't even looking at each other. And with his lack of intuitive capacity, it is a lot of inability here to really turn this fiery dynamic into success. A lot of blocked energy in that regard. They're the only their capacity to take action is just about the only thing that's endearing about this whole energy. Everything else is insecure. Everything else is actually lacking in intuition. So there's a lot of inefficiency in their applied energy, even though they may be well-intentioned. Or perhaps with this Fool card on the Queen, though, it's like the Queen is definitely perhaps more under. It's maybe the Queen sees this better than this Knight of Wands, and perhaps she's got a better head on her shoulders, but the Knight of Wands just keeps charging in without feeling it through properly. She is a little disconnected from this reversed High Priestess. So she might have intuitive capacity, but she is not excited about working with this Knight of Wands. It's not just energy about blocked intuition and illusion in this. It's a lot of energy about failing to come together. The only thing that really seems to come together is there's a little bit of material capacity coming together here, but it's like, I'm curious to see what this balances out on this Two of Wands, or Two of Pentacles. So let me do a shuffle. Interesting how the moon came out for you still. That is more of a clarifier for Pisces than water energy, which is here, but this is more interesting for sure. Okay, so the reading's at 10-11 minutes. I've been working on blitzing these readings. I'm doing a Saturday blitz, or sorry, this is Sunday. I'm doing a Sunday blitz. And it's kind of forcing me to just kind of spit all this out faster for everybody, because I know my watch times are quite short. I'm lucky if I get 10-20% on watch time, so I'm trying to just kind of do something different. So let me see. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles clarified by the Eight of Cups reverse. Another sign of holding on to something. Failing to move forward again. Another sign of failing to move forward. So the failure to move forward is kind of grounded by a lack of material stability, which is strange because it exists a little bit here. There was another way to describe that card in reverse, and I'm missing it a little bit. It was about throwing away good plans for some sake, and I'm forgetting exactly how the wording was in the example I was reading. The easy way to read it is it is a failure to walk away, which is what so to a certain extent what the Fool is, a failure to move forward. So definitely a stuck energy for this Queen of Wands. And with the grounded energy of the Four of Pentacles in reverse, that's also a stuck energy. And it's not stuck in a good way. It's not grounded, it's ungrounded energy. And yeah, like this Queen of Wands is trapped for some reason. Very trapped. And this Knight of Wands is going out and screwing stuff up a little bit, which is disappointing because they're both in the upright, so they both should have more success than this. It's very disappointing that they're falling into these illusions. Great Goddess, can we clarify the Two of Wands reverse, please? Whoops, I think I pushed that out. Let's try again. Great Goddess, can we clarify the Moon? Clarify the Moon. Moon's clarified by Eight of Swords reverse. Ace to read this is getting over this illusion. The Eight of Swords is insecurity. They have too many swords to protect, so they are trapped in a scarcity mindset about being able to protect all of them. And they've weirdly like tied themselves to the sword. In this rendition of the card, we even have Nine of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Trapped in illusion. Trapped in illusion, but also self-constriction at the same time. The way out is much simpler than suspected. Great Goddess, clarify the Two of Wands reversed. King of Cups reversed tried to come out. Clarify the Two of Wands reversed. Give me something good to deal with this Two of Pentacles. It's potential, very good potential, but it's got to... Whoa. So these really wanted to come out for some reason. King of Cups was there again, reversed. That might be you. You're a water sign. It would have been interesting if that clarified the Moon. Cancer on the bottom and Temperance on the split. Or, excuse me, the Chariot, which is Cancer on the bottom. Great Goddess, clarify the Two of Wands, please, in reverse. Clarify the Two of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is the singular card that wants to come out for Two of Wands reversed, so we're clarifying this with Five of Wands. Finding a way to work together properly. Finding a way to face each other and grow to become stronger. Finding a balance between, in this instance, I feel like it's reflection on work achieved and progress on work achieved. Interestingly enough. Maybe a smidge of an idea of it being about balancing emotions to some extent, but for some reason I'm just seeing that these balanced energies are, this is where the magic happens, is facing each other and growing with each other. But that growing is going to require some, it's going to require some excuse me, tough talk. It's going to require getting to the heart of the matter. That way the whole and utter truth, which to a certain extent is a part of intuition, can emerge. And that intuitive capacity can provide a better progress forward. And in the old way I used to read the Eight of Swords, I used to say that this was being the trapped thing, and this was getting over the trapped thing. So I'm going to go with that here, because we're looking at the idea of achieving this, getting you out of this intuitive block. So it's almost like you're empowering each other to, through empowering each other, you heal this problem. And you get over these emotional to a sense, but really it's intuitive. Getting over these intuitive issues, especially this Queen of Wands. She feels so trapped here. So trapped. And definitely a little insecure about the state of being able to ground herself in a more feminine energy. She's definitely blocked off from some feminine energy here. Feminine energy here. The good sign, though, is that for Pisces, your Pisces representation here is actually attached to getting over this illusion. More specifically, freeing yourself from the illusion you were in. Because this is suggesting you are in that illusion as long as you are rattled within your internal world. 2-2-2. Very elusive. It's an extreme lack of unity. So a lack of unity would be healed by doing this tough, having this tough talk, having this, not being afraid to speak the truth. You don't have to yell it at each other, but you've got to get to the heart of the matter. That is where you're going to, that's how this Queen of Wands at least is going to free herself. And there's a good shot the Knight of Wands wants to succeed. They're both in the upright. They both want to succeed. They've got to beat this. Sorry, when I go like this, it actually is louder than I realize it is, so I'm going to make sure I don't do that. Interesting, Pisces hadn't done this. Here's the key right here. You might already do it a little bit, but you need to do it more. You've got to balance these things out. It's almost like take a break from the material work and do this interpersonal work, this team growth thing. That's what you got to do. So, all right, Pisces, I've rubbed the point in, and I'm going to call the reading there. Thank you very much for being here. This was an interesting reading. So, and it's awesome that the Moon card comes out. I actually love that card. So, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.